Let's go.
Conversations with a friend, knowledge, hope, opportunity.
Bring the knowledge.
We rise, we shine, we break on. Conversations with them too. Faith, culture, creativity, knowledge, hope, opportunity.
Bring the knowledge.
We rise, we shine, we break on through. Conversations with them too. Faith, culture, creativity, knowledge, hope, opportunity. We rise, we shine, we break on through. Conversations with them too. Yeah, you are the stage. Shine, 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 shine. Faith, culture, creativity, knowledge.
My, he has done it again. Yes, he has. I'm telling you, man, that is just super, super phenomenal. All right, what's going on, family? Welcome back to another powerful edition of Conversations with Them Two.
Why are you stopping?
Because it was your turn to talk.
No, I was gonna say no. You're right. Shout out to Thaddeus for that phenomenal intro. We thank him. And listen, he's coming out. Did you hear that new gig that he sent?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Listen, the man is a genius. The man is
Wow.
a genius.
Yeah, so listen, I'm gonna put his link in the bio. If y'all are looking for intros, jingles, music, he's an awesome songwriter. Just tell him what your vision is, and let me tell you, he can make it happen. He can bring it to life for you all. So thanks, Thaddeus, once again. Listen,
Yeah.
what you said?
I said, yeah.
So listen, like MJ said, welcome back to another powerful edition of Conversations with Them Two, where real conversations meet purpose, passion, and a whole lot of shenanigans, y'all.
She's
So
the shenanigans. I'm telling y'all right now.
That's you. That's all you.
You're
So
the
we're gonna be
shenanigans.
serious tonight.
Anywho, we're your hosts.
Yeah, I'm Lady Des.
I'm your boy MJ. And together we are the Shenanigan Crew.
Baby. Yes. And you know what, MJ, before we go into tonight's conversation, center stage, we want to dive into and say thank you to all of the fabulous, dynamic, phenomenal, hardworking, loving, caring, nurturing women, praying women that are out there.
Yeah. We see y'all. We see you.
You better put some respect on that Women's History Month.
Okay, we see you.
Really? So listen, y'all, forget how MJ is saying it, but we do see you all. We love you. We appreciate everything that you do. We just wanted to pause right here just to really say that we do honor all of you. So thank you, women, all of you phenomenal women, the ones that are in leadership. It's a lot of women in leadership and that is doing their thing, MJ.
It's a lot of women that aren't in leadership and still doing their thing. So women,
yeah, but we named a whole lot of them. So
yeah, so women everywhere. You know, happy Women's History Month from the Conversations with Them Two.
Yes.
All right, so listen, it's time to. And I could tell when you're excited because you always want to dive into something.
That's right. Let's dive into it.
Oh my goodness.
We got a lot of information. We have a lot of information, and go ahead. We want to talk about
my lead. Why don't we step into something powerful?
Okay, I can deal with step. Let us step into something powerful. And that's our center stage segment. I hope y'all remembered our center stage segment. We kicked it off a few weeks ago, and it was phenomenal. It was successful. So we're bringing it back again, and we want to do it periodically, where we take powerful excerpts from our book. Yes, y'all, we got a book together. Our book, You Are the Stage. Yes. So this is I don't want to say teaching segment, but more, it is a teaching segment, but more of a mentor. Would you say, MJ? Because you all into mentorship, and so am I. But you really take mentorship to heart. So it's all in more of a teaching mentorship moment to design you for the growth in professionalism, purpose, and whatever your God-given calling is.
And when you hear center stage, we
When
want
you
you to
hear,
get ready.
yes, yes, we want you to get ready, because get ready to learn it, get ready to earn it, and get ready to own it.
So let's
Learn it, earn
dive.
it, own it.
Let's dive right into
I thought you
chapter
said we
two.
not gonna dive. I thought we gonna step.
Well, you like diving, so let's dive right in.
Absolutely, absolutely. Where do you want to start, MJ?
Okay, so let's
Let's
go with
go.
chapter. Let's start with chapter two because chapter two asks a very real question, and that question is, who knows your name? Let's deal with visibility. So
Yes,
one,
yes.
there's what does visibility really mean?
Visibility means your gift is not hidden. Your gift shouldn't be hidden. It means your talent is not just known in your circle, right? But it's being seen by people who don't even know you yet. So visibility is very important. It's everything. Your gift deserves to be seen. It's not being going into your chapter, MJ. It's not being arrogant about it. It's
Right.
just being confident and accepting who you are and the gift that God has given you. So, listen, He just didn't give it to you to keep it to yourself, but He's given it to you for the world. So, your gift shouldn't be hidden, and you shouldn't be ashamed of your gift.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, so it just deserves to be seen. But I'm gonna ask you this, MJ. Why do people get stuck in their comfort zone?
Hmm.
They know, it's like they know they have a gift, and I know fear can have something to do with it as well. But what makes them get comfortable in where they are in their comfort zone?
All right, so here we go. Um, when you become the king and queen in your local circle, sometimes you feel like you've made it, but a lot of times you never expand beyond it. So the reality is that if only your friends and family support you, then you can say it might be a hobby. But when strangers support you, then you can make it your passion or your career.
Yes, yes. And I'm gonna just give a little spoiler from the book, right? Because in the book we say when you're king and queen of your jungle.
Right.
And sometimes, like you said, we feel like we have arrived or we made it because they're always patting us on the back or cheering us on because they like what we do. But in that circle, that's where we're only known at. And that's not where I believe that's not where God wants us to limit ourselves. So the question is, what is the danger of staying in the jungle or staying in just your circle and not going out and challenging yourself to go further?
You asking me that?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Okay, because a lot of times when you're just in your circle, you stop growing because you get so familiar with the comfort of that circle. Sometimes it stunts your growth. You know, if you're always in
Absolutely.
the same room, if you're always around the same people, then you're limiting yourself to not only what God is trying to expose you to, but everything else that's out there in the world. So, with that being said, Des,
Well,
let's talk
let me just say something real quick there. You remember in school when they used to say if you're the smartest person in your circle, you need to
you need a
change your
bigger
circle.
circle. Hmm.
Right. Because now there's no growth, there's no challenge, there's nothing new to learn because everybody knows the same thing. So once you get comfortable in your familiar place, it does paralyze your growth. Okay, go ahead, MJ.
So, here are some tips to how you can increase your visibility. And y'all listen, don't take it personal because it's just MJ telling you, and I'm just like your uncle, your brother, your cousin, that little brother who just gonna give it to you wrong. Okay, so a lot of times we need to show up to new spaces,
Yes.
get out and meet new people.
Yes. Get out that jungle.
Yeah,
Get yeah, get
it's
out that jungle. And there's something that I always say, I'm in the quartet arena, and I tell them, travel, go out. I don't need that face. Go out from your local area just to see how things are done differently, see who you can network with and meet, those type of things of when you move out of your comfort space, out of your zone.
now you mentioned network.
Yes,
Network intentionally. And when I say intentionally, there are people that you should want to get to know, that have
absolutely.
gone a little bit further than you've gone. If you've put your vision board together, there's some things that you want, and there's some people that already have or are already at the level that you're striving to get to. So network intentionally, reach out to those people. A lot of times when you reach out and you introduce yourself and you talk to, you'd be surprised that people are really, really open to sharing information.
Yes, yes. There's a lot of people that are not gatekeepers out there, and you always tell me you always telling people how to do things, but I do it because not only because I feel I'm confident in who I am, and I believe whatever God gives me is for me, but someone did it to me, so I pay it forward. I pay it for, and I'm grateful for the men and women in my life that have shared information. When I went to ask, hey, how do you do this? How do this get done? Can you explain how this works? So, and that was another way of how I learned a lot.
Um, because you're a social media guru, how
I
do
know I'm
you
not.
use social media strategically?
Social media is definitely a big part in visibility now. And I encourage everybody, whether you are artist, spoken word, uh, a preacher in ministry, have a nonprofit organization, whatever your it is and whatever lane that you're in, social media is definitely an outlet that you can um, expand your territory, should I say. I remember back a few years ago when I was taking a marketing course, they were like, nah, you just get your website, and you'll be fine. But I'm like, social media is moving quickly and at top speed. In the next few years, this is going to be the way to go. And of course, we're walking and we're here in that season. And of course, social media is exactly what they thought it would be. So, let's start off with just the basic stuff, MJ, because we do want them to get the book, right? So,
Absolutely.
make sure if you have a business, if you are an artist that have music, make sure you have social media pages. Okay? Make sure you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have TikTok. That's where the masses are, right? You see all of the big branded companies, they're using social media. There's a reason for that. And that's because they realize this is where the masses at. Going to the website is good. I'm not knocking websites or anything of that magnitude. However, when you're talking or you're learning something new, what is the first place you go, MJ? Where are you
On
going
my
to look
knees to
for it?
pray.
No, really? Stop it. If you want to hear new music, if you want to learn about an artist, where's the first place you go?
To the internet.
But where? What site?
Oh, you're being specific. So
Yeah.
there's stuff like urbaninsight.com that will give you, the latest. And if you sign up for, well, for me, sign up for DJ pools, a lot of times new music comes that way. Reach out to record labels,
Wait,
and
suppose you're out of the industry and you don't even know about doing that.
then
Where
you
would
need
you
to
go?
get the book. You are the stage.
I'm gonna just tell y'all another spoiler. YouTube, go to YouTube, right? You can find artists. You can look hear their music. Go to their Instagram page, their Facebook page. That's the simple stuff. MJ giving you industry stuff where we would go look and do all of that good stuff, right? So the ordinary basic person, if you're not in it or don't know anything about it, you will go to YouTube, and then you'll probably go to Facebook or Instagram. The younger ones to do Instagram first. So,
TikTok.
huh?
They go TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. That's right, TikTok. So listen, I'm looking at two places because you're at the bottom of my screen and in the middle, MJ. So sorry if you see me look down, but yeah, they're going to their social media first. So make sure that you're visible there. That's very important. What's the next one, MJ?
I would say make sure you build a brand that not only speaks for you, but before it speaks for you, make sure it speaks to you. You want to
Mm.
represent your brand.
Oh, Bishop.
Your brand should be who you are from beginning to end.
Come
You
on,
know,
Bishop.
so
Okay.
you know what?
Run,
This is
run it.
why.
Run that again. Your brand should what?
Not only speak for you, but let it speak to you.
To you. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to be your brand. You have to own your brand. You can't advertise one thing and look and do something totally the opposite. Okay, so you have to be consistent. You got to be authentic within your brand. Now, when let me say this, even on social media, and I said this, it's not only optional; it is actually your stage. So
Before you go on though, let's just
Mhm.
touch on about being consistent and being authentic just for
Okay,
a moment,
okay.
because I've seen before crossing over from the music side to the news side, a lot of people, when they are artists, you see them looking one way on their album cover, and when you see them in person, a lot of times they don't look anything like what you see on the album cover. So you want to be authentic, yes, but be consistent with the overall look and the overall brand that you're carrying. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead.
Yes. So if you don't have up to date photos or pictures of yourself, make sure you take up to date photos, because listen, what we look like 10 years ago may not be how we look today. We evolve, we change, our body change, things happen. So yeah, I totally agree with that, MJ. What was I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, when it comes back to social media, it's no longer an option. Like I said back then, yes, and then they didn't really see or understand the development of it, and I think AI is taking over as well, but that's a whole nother book. But definitely it is your stage, right? So you're going to share your journey, show your gift, and connect with people globally. And that's one thing that we have experienced. So everything in this book is pretty much what we personally have experienced, right, MJ? So it has connected us with people all over the world. It's
Right.
amazing. Like I recently did, what was that, last year? I would say I did a whole book review forward for someone over in Africa, and that's because they saw us here on social media. We connected, and they just continued following, and we made that connection. And it's just been amazing. It has been amazing, and that's just one instant.
And here's a big one, Des, because you actually did this to me. So I want to share this with the people. Don't lose yourself trying to fit trends. And when
Yes.
I say you did that to me, that's because here I am trying to do a scoop challenge and ain't nothing quartet nowhere about me. But you know what? I owned it. I owned
You
it.
did. You
I was
did.
trying to be authentic, but I was just walking in my calling at the moment.
But you know what? It showed that you accepted the challenge, which I appreciated that. I appreciate because it, like you said, it was totally outside of your jungle, outside of your comfort zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to stretch ourselves to get outside of that. And I thank you. I thank Mr. Riley. I thank so many people that have spoke into my life to really stretch me and challenge me because a lot of times I have done things and wanted to be kept behind, behind the scene. And I remember when I was working corporate, I had a boss to
Here
come to
we
me and
go again.
it's been my life for the last what? Geez, that's listen. That's all I know pretty much. Okay, besides quartet.
I need you to own it, earn it, and learn it a different
Listen,
way.
see what look, they be wondering like where the heck you came from. But listen, I've learned a lot. I've earned it. I earned the right to talk about it. Right. So I'm finally, because of you, because of Mr. Riley, and because of so many people, I'm owning it now. So that's why I want to share it with others because there's freedom when you own it and not dummy down because other people are not comfortable with
E-
where you are.
Exactly. And when you do that, you are being your authentic self.
Authentic
And when you
self.
do that, that's really where your power and your strength is. And
That's where
somebody
your
needs to hear
freedom
that
is
tonight.
too.
Uh-huh.
That's where your freedom is as well. When you do that, when you become your authentic self and you don't dummy down or you hide who you are, what your gift that God is giving you, it's freedom. It's very liberating in that, right? But what I was going to share with you is, I had a boss to come to me and she said, Desiree, stop hiding behind other people. You're walking in other people's shadow, but I already know it's you doing the work. But I didn't. Maybe I wasn't confident enough. I'm gonna say I wasn't confident enough to just step out and do. But I've learned throughout the years, and because of that, MJ, I missed a lot of opportunities. And I've shared this with you before. I missed a lot of opportunities. And I'm like, nah, I'll just help whoever comes in. Oh no, I'll just do this. But they couldn't understand it. But now that I know better, listen, I'm walking in it. I'm earning it. I've done that. I've done all of that.
You
So
don't have a
it's
choice
just
because people cannot support what they don't know exists. Duh.
absolutely, absolutely. And when you stay quiet about it, so and I think that's where now a lot of the where did you come from? How did you do? How, you know, but it took a while. It took a while. And so now I'm actually walking into it. So what we're telling you is not from what somebody else told us, but it was our own personal experience of man, how to own this thing, how to walk in it, how to show your gift, how to become visible on social media. At one point, I was anti-social media. Do you believe it? Me. But no matter how much I told my kids not to go on it, they were still adamant that they needed social media. So that's pretty much what drove me. And then we were doing Not a Passion. So that drove me because I knew that I need a bigger audience. So, don't listen, don't don't dilute the gift that God has given you. I
And
don't
now
care
we
how many
can't keep
people,
you off social media.
because I do it for other people. But listen, hey, it is what it is. I learned when you learn better, you do better, right?
So let's go
Right.
through a couple of affirmations because you're not about to do this to me.
No, when you learn better, you do better.
That is true. That is true. And you really truly have to believe that you or we as people were not created to be hidden. What do you think about that?
Yes, I truly believe that. We should not be hidden. And I don't think God gave us the gift for it to be hidden.
Because
So
the gift is extremely valuable. It really is.
it
So,
is. It really is.
when your gift is valuable, it cannot be hidden. And you must realize that, not just your voice, but your whole person, all of that is very, very necessary.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what, MJ? Um, so many people feel that they're overlooked. You have people that feel that they're rejected, the ones who hear no too many times. They just want to give up. But a lot of times people really just didn't know about you. The visibility wasn't there. So like you said before, you can't expect people to support something that they don't know about.
That's true. And then also with that too, a lot of times they're told no, is because their presence is so, so powerful. When you're on a certain stage, some people are intimidated by, you know, your presence. Just realize that your presence is powerful. And as always, any and everything you do, you have to remember you are the
The stage.
stage.
Absolutely. You are the stage. And regardless of if you're overlooked or you feel overlooked, you feel rejected, you feel that you received so many no's, don't let that cause you to quit. You cannot quit. I'm telling you, just know what God has given you, what God has sent you to do. You cannot quit. So, MJ, I can't remember if it was here on another platform, but we were talking about how we pretty much know how our beginning is when we start planning to do something and we take that leap of faith and we do it, and then we got a vision for what we want our end to be, right? We plan for it to be successful, and at the beginning we're seeing how it gets there, but it's that part in the middle. It's that part in the middle, that process, that we don't always see, right? Because that leap of faith, we know it's going to be some hard times, but we just don't know how hard those times are going to be. So, why do you feel that people give up too soon? Is it that
Oh,
process in the middle?
well, yeah, because in the middle, a lot of people give up for fear, and fear comes
Yes,
in a bunch of different ways. Fear of being overlooked, fear of being rejected, and then sometimes people are just scared because they've already heard no too many
so too many
times.
times. Yes, yes, I do agree. But listen, your delay is not your denial. You cannot quit, even in the process of things, because MJ, I believe in the process is where we learn, where we get experience,
Right.
where we get that understanding, or should I say, where we get that understanding. So you can't give up in the middle of the process. And I think sometimes we give up too soon, because we already put an expiration date on what we want God to do and when we want Him to do it. And when He doesn't come through in that timing, then we take that on in our own hands. But we just don't know. It could have been the next minute or the next day that your breakthrough is right there. So you can't give up. You cannot give up, because let me tell you, when you give up, you don't know what opportunities you're throwing away.
Absolutely, family. If you're just tuning in, it's your boy MJ,
Lady Des.
and tonight we're having a real candid conversation, excerpt from the book You Are the Stage, and we're talking about how to get center stage. A lot of times, we get stuck in who we are, or stuck behind not wanting to stand into the spotlight when the spotlight is already upon you. So we're just giving you some nuggets and some tidbits until you get the book. If you don't already have it, You Are the Stage. That's going to be your roadmap to how to succeed, not only in this industry, but in various industries where we let you know that no matter where you go, no matter what stage, whether it's music, radio, whether it's public speaking, whether it's AI or IT, somebody's always watching you. So you have to remember that, the stage is yours. You are on it, and the spotlight is always on you. A shout out to J Street, who's in the
Media
house. She
talk.
says a lot of times it's also lack of support. Lack of support is a very, very big one as well. But
Yes.
a lot of times when you don't feel as though you're getting the support you need, a lot of times you have to look really, really internal and let that not deter you, because a lot of people don't see your vision because it's not theirs.
Right. Right. Or they're not going to put much emphasis on your vision because it's not theirs either. So you just have to know within yourself that this is definitely a God thing. And this is one thing that I have experienced is, you know, sometimes where we feel that the support is going to come from, it's not going to come from that angle. When you know you're stepping out on faith and this is a God thing that God has called you to do, and you just feel this in your spirit that He is leading you, you have to trust that, because I'm telling you, people who you think are going to support you, 9 times out of 10, that they're not. Your support is going to come from a totally different angle, totally different culture, totally different group of people. And God aligns people in your life, I believe, to help you, to support you, to speak life into you. He brings people in your life for all different reasons. So, don't let that discourage you. You
Okay,
keep
well,
pushing forward.
since you're the PR, the manager, and the publicist, and all of that, what separates serious artists from hobbyists?
Oh, professionalism. Definitely. They and that's what I see in you, MJ, right? One thing that I noticed right away about you is you are very serious about your craft. And when you're teaching it or sharing it with somebody and you want them to get it, it's no plan. Y'all see the shenanigan part of MJ, but there's a seriousness that comes up out of him, that exudes from out of him when he's teaching about his craft and he's mentoring you. He doesn't play. He takes his professionalism very seriously. He takes his craft very seriously. So that's different from hobbyists, because hobbyists, they're just doing it for fun. This is what I like to do. I'm kicking the breeze, shooting the breeze. Oh, you want me to come sing? I'll do it. But hey, it's what I do. But a serious artist, yeah, I'm gonna take it serious. I'm gonna be professional. I'm going to present myself professionally. I think definitely the professionalism really separates that.
And let me just jump in there too. When you are mentoring someone and you take it serious, because when I mentor people, the first thing I tell them is the very same thing that my mentors before me has told me. First and foremost, this is my career. This is not a hobby. This is how I make a living. And if
Right,
I'm going to teach you, I'm going to teach you to the very best of my ability, because once you get done being mentored and you step out there into the world, it's no longer just you. Now it's my name attached to you. So if you're out there messing up and who taught you that? The first thing
right,
you, oh, well, MJ was my mentor. I know MJ didn't teach you all that.
right,
So I'm
right.
attached to that.
And you know what? And this is another thing you're a stickler about. Don't waste my time. If you coming in playing, if you're
Listen, I
coming
told
in playing and you're not serious about the path that you're trying to um, go on, then don't waste my time trying to show you or teach you. Because if you're just going to do this casually, or this is just going to be a hobby to you, and you only want it within the circle of your friends and family or colleagues or co-workers or whatever the case may be, then you know you're not ready. You're not ready.
real quick story, and
Hmm.
I ain't calling no names because I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble. But somebody reached out to me, and her intentions were not to learn about my business.
Right.
But when she reached out to me, that's what she said. She was like, "Oh, I want you to teach me the business." Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna teach you the business from A to Z. But that wasn't really her focus, so we had to cut that off real quick because, yeah, you was
Yeah.
on the opposite side of the street, and I was talking about my job, my life, my career, and you wanted to play, and when you're dealing with somebody who is teaching you about their livelihood, that ain't no joke.
You're right. And it's like I can use this time in this space to teach someone who really wants the structure, wants the knowledge, wants to be on that path to just grow
And
and
you said something.
expand.
You said something that was powerful right there. You said structure, because talent is not enough these days. Just having just talent, it might get you some places, but you need structure. Talent will get you to the door, but what's going to get you to the other side?
Right. And you know what? And structure is the people skills. Structure is how to carry yourself. Structure is, the confidence that exudes, right? It's basically just owning the whole thing and taking your career seriously. And without that type of structure, and you said it, MJ, and I always would say, it's your talent that would get you there, but it's going to be your character that keeps you there. So if you lack character, if you lack structure, and you lack all of these things, it's listen, you either are not going to stay there, or it's going to be a struggle for you, because now you're trying to adjust in between all of that.
Now, speaking of structure and speaking of talent, there's this thing that you normally mention or you talk about with artists. And, a lot of times when you say to artists, oh, we need X, Y, and Z from you, the first thing they say, well, what is that? A lot of people don't know. So, what is a EPK? What is that?
Uh, That's your electronic press kit. It's your music resume, everybody. So we're gonna give y'all a little some spoilers here, okay? And all of this is in our book of what that is, because I found out whether you're just starting out in the business, whether you're in the middle and you're growing and you're learning a lot of things, or even if you're a vet, a lot of times, especially with artists, they're just singing. They're just going from gig to gig, or program to program, church service to church service. And then when you look back, I've been doing this for years, but I really don't know the business side of it. I don't know how to present myself even to a music executive or anybody. I don't know the lingo. And so in the radio, one of the first things we ask you is, do you have a bio, EPK? And I found out they were like, what
What
is
that
that?
is? What that
Yeah.
is?
And then, some of them are ashamed to say. Some of them told me, girl, I was Googling while you was talking. So the EPK is your electronic press kit, and that is your music resume. Everything that you have done. It lets the radio announcers, the radio program director know exactly who this music is coming from, and where you're from, and what you have done, all of your accolades, all of that is within your EPK kit. You okay, MJ?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm good.
So yeah, so as an artist, that's one of the first things that I recommend that you would need. You would need that EPK. Another thing is, I would suggest you learn also what the IRSC codes are, the UPC codes are, and what the purpose of those, and how to properly submit your music. All of these things will tag under, being a professional artist versus one that's just doing it for a hobby.
All right, so we're not going to give them all the nuggets because they're going to have to
Right,
buy the
right.
book you are the stage. But I want to ask, even though I already know the answer, what is the one of the biggest mistakes artists make?
I think one of the biggest mistakes artists make, or anybody that feels that God is calling them to pursue their dream or their vision or their assignment, whatever that case may be, is waiting to be discovered. Waiting to be discovered. Listen, don't let nobody set a table for you. You make your own table, right? You already have what it takes on the inside of you. You already have it on the inside of you. And I tell people, use what you got. Use what you got and know how to use it. So don't wait to be discovered. Stop waiting and invest in yourself. And that's another major thing. They don't want to invest. They don't want to invest. So like you have so many different and I believe that you put several in the book, MJ, of conferences and different places where they can go to learn, to learn. And now you can even come to us because we're building something as well. But there's so many outlets where you can invest in yourself to learn the business professionally. And besides wanting to be discovered, and I think that's their whole goal. They like the fame and the fortune, and they want to see their name in lights, right? But they don't want to invest in what it takes to really get there and to learn what it takes to even stay there. So, waiting to be discovered, not wanting to invest in themselves would be my answer. What would be yours, MJ?
Oh, I would say one of the biggest mistakes is that they don't really learn their craft.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you can sing, and then that's something that, may have come natural to you, but there's a whole technique, a whole scale of how to sing and different ways of singing and ways to breathe and techniques to breathe while singing. So, yeah, it's all about learning your craft from top to bottom. And another thing is people don't seek mentors. They don't, because they think they know it all.
They know it all. Or, they feel like I've been in it for a long time and I don't want nobody else showing me or telling me what to do. It's just like a singer. They they need a vocal coach, so it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it or how long you feel or how confident you feel in your gift. We all need a coach. We all need mentorship. We all need some type of guidance. We all need help because my experience may be different from your experience. And now I'm experienced what you have experienced, and you can share that with me. So we all gonna need to seek mentorship.
And here's something else that's really, really important is that we don't, I don't think we actually touched on, but we're going to touch on it tonight. Patience. It does not come overnight. It's not going to come overnight. And then you have to remember, you know, people have been honing their craft for years and years and years. People have sung, made 5, 6, 7 albums before their very first Grammy, before their very first Stella Award. So it doesn't come overnight, because when you rush it, when you put in garbage, that's what you get, garbage out. So also remember that you only get one chance to make a first impression.
Yes, I totally agree, MJ. You're right. That's one word we haven't dealt with is patience, because a lot of the success you see of other people that just didn't happen overnight. Okay, I hear, yeah, they paid this, they did this, they slept with this. Listen, I'm talking about grinding the right way. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. Grinding the honest, integral way, and having patience, because this thing doesn't come overnight. And a lot of times when you rush stuff and you make it to that level, you don't understand what to do at that level. You know why? Because you skip that middle part, that process part that would have taught you, that would have groomed you for that level that you're trying to reach. So you have to be patient. I remember a long time ago, I spoke this word, stop birthing bastard babies. I know that sounds bad, but MJ, stop birthing bastard babies and then blaming God when it don't work out, right? So basically, it's saying, when we don't be patient and we don't wait on God, we just we just create our own lane. We just do what we want to do and how we want to do it. And when a birthing happens out of that, whether you open that business or you put out that music or that project, like you said, MJ, and it doesn't turn out the way you thought it should, or it was rushed and nobody pays attention to it. Nobody is listening. Nobody is shopping from you. Your products ain't even good. Everything was rushed because you didn't have patience to wait. You were looking in everybody else's lane. You were seeing how fast and quick or how everybody else was having these great opportunities. So you decided and took upon yourself that I'm going to make this happen. I'm not waiting no more. I feel like I deserve to be at that place because I worked hard. And when you rush things like that, it has a hard time living because you didn't wait on God. Waiting on God is very important. There's a season and time for everybody, and I believe that. So what may be my time may be not MJ's time. And what is MJ's time? It's not my time. But in the midst of you waiting, in the midst of you having patience, celebrate others. That's
Celebrate
what,
others and invest in yourself,
yes.
become your own biggest cheerleader.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I'm telling you, like you said, because rushing produces poor results. You only get once to make that first impression. Like you said, let God perfect you before he promotes you because that's
Okay, well,
important.
Pastor, since you're on the road tonight, I want you to talk to the people that's listening, those that have been maybe discouraged, overlooked, misunderstood. What do you have to tell them?
You know, like I said, everyone has its season. And and I think it's one word that we do need to focus more on in this lane, MJ, and that word is patient. Every no is fuel for my yes. Every denial, you know what, God, maybe it's just not my time yet. Let me not give up. Let me keep going. Let me be consistent. Let me make sure that I am prepared. These are the things that you should tell yourself. I'm telling you, I use these same tactics. I am called. You have to know that this is something God has given me and not me giving myself because I see somebody else is doing it. So I just encourage you all just to be patient, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he will strengthen your heart. And you got to remember that every no is fuel to your yes. Every no is preparing you, and be consistent and be prepared.
And this is what I have
That's
to say
how I feel.
for this is what I say for every no that you get. Every no that you get doesn't mean that it's not right. It just means that it's not right for whomever that person is that is receiving it at that moment. There's always, listen, I've heard tons of different music. Not that it wasn't right, it just wasn't right for my platform. So you have to also know who your audience is, know who you're shopping to.
Absolutely.
So make
Yes.
sure your no or your yes goes to and goes deep for you.
Yeah. And you know what? Even when people send me music, MJ, and like you're the hip hop, gospel rap, that's your thing. I'm more quartet. So like if I'm getting hip hop rap music, I like it. I'm not saying that I don't like it. It's not my thing. I will listen to it, but sometimes I say, MJ, take a look at this or take a listen to this because that's more your lane, right? And maybe you can hear something different that I didn't hear, or sometimes we hear the same thing. I prefer your opinion on that because I know that that is your lane. So
Right.
you just got to know your audience.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Because dealing with you and I, when it comes to quartet, I know definitely to push that over to you because that's not my lane. I know good music, but that's just not my lane. So I won't quit. That's what I won't do. And that's what I advise y'all to do either. Don't quit. Just make sure that, where your audience is. Be consistent and stay prepared.
Yes. And like you said, stay consistent, stay prepared. Know that you are called by God to do this. Know that this is a God move and not just an I move. I want to do it. Okay. So when you go on, I want to do it, it never works out. But when you know that it's a God move, then you go on that. It's going to take patience. It's not going to happen overnight, but just trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process and be patient. Keep learning, keep growing, keep showing up, all of those good things. Because one day, the same people who doubted you will say they always believed in you because it's true. They want to jump on the bandwagon.
That's so true. And then when that day comes, you'll be able to say, "How you like me?" No, I'm just kidding. You'll
Okay,
be
how
able to
you
say,
like me
"I
now?
didn't give up. I became
I
because I
became.
am." That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yes, absolutely. So listen, we just wanted to come on here real quick and just chat it up. I see we have some people over in the chat, MJ. We got Mr. Joe
Absolutely.
Fan on. Hey, Joe, come
Joe
on.
Fan, and then the celebrity photographer himself, Micah Person, is in the building. Oh,
Hey, Micah.
my cousin's in the house. Anita Hill, what up, cuz? She said, "Hey,
Yes,
to her
that's my
fabulous
cousin
cousin and
too. That's
her."
my cousin too, Anita Hill. Hey, Anita, thank you so much for tuning in. Micah said, the harvest is plenty, but you are a true laborer. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And what else we have? My good speak, sir.
The faithful determined said, "Consistency, obedience, and patience are the key." That's what we said.
Amen. Listen, y'all, look, Faithful and Determined is going to be on with me tomorrow night. So y'all check that out.
That's
Oh,
quartet.
yeah, Quartet Sensations. Faithful and Determined, don't mind MJ with his shenanigans, okay? Because he is not quartet at all. But yeah, Faithful and Determined is going to be on tomorrow. And you're absolutely right. Consistency, obedience, and patience, they're definitely key. Yes, yes. Go ahead, MJ. Close us out.
So, family, listen. Whatever you do, find you a good mentor. Invest in yourself. Don't give up on yourself, and let every no be your yes to yourself. Like I said, that no may not be for them. You just have to find a different avenue because your
Yeah,
yes is coming. It might not be coming from
it
who you
is.
expect it from, but just know that it is definitely out there. Family, we do this each and every Monday night at our brand new time, 8 o'clock in the PM. It's
MJ, you was on
Conversations with
time
Mentors.
tonight.
You know what? Don't do that. Don't do that because you definitely was late. But it's conversations with them too. Listen, follow us on YouTube. Subscribe, like, share. Get the book. You Are the Stage. You can do that by visiting Amazon or emailing convo with them two at gmail.com, where you can get your autograph copy, and we'll make sure that you get your book. Yeah. So until next Monday night, Des. Get
I'm
off the
on.
stage.
I'm off the stage. Good
All
night,
right, family. We'll
everybody.
see y'all next Monday.